G'day, it's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, alleged Toowoomba rapist Bruce Lehrmann, previously known as an alleged Parliament House rapist, is now under pressure to drop his defamation cases against the ABC, Channel 10 and Lisa Wilkinson. And that's what this video is about. Since he's been outed yesterday, suppression orders were dropped in Brisbane, the Supreme Court. Now we can name Bruce Lehrmann as an alleged Toowoomba rapist. The suppression orders have been on for the last couple of weeks, since October 3. Bruce Lehrmann could have been named, but he instituted proceedings to try and conceal that from the public. So we'll discuss that and the impact it's going to have on those defamation cases. But in a second, I'll read you out titles of a couple of articles I wrote back in August, because now Bruce Lehrmann has been out, it's going to have an impact on a lot of court cases potentially. And it's worth looking at that briefly before we start getting into how it will impact on the defamation cases. Before I do, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and notification button and share this video on social media and help shine a light on corruption. Now, in August, I wrote an article titled, "Did Senator Linda Reynolds' perjury in the Bruce Lehrmann trial cost Brittany Higgins justice?" And I wrote another article in August titled, "Corrupt Judge Walter Sofronoff, who faces up to 6 months jail and owns a plane in Toowoomba Airport, has gone into hiding." Now, they're just a couple of examples how Bruce Lehrmann being outed potentially impacts on others, because Linda Reynolds is suing Brittany Higgins and her partner Dave Shiraz for defamation over in WA, Supreme Court over there. And Bruce Lehrmann being outed is potential evidence, or being named as an alleged Toowoomba rapist, potential evidence that could impact on those defamation cases. And also Walter Sofronoff, there's a hearing next year in February in the ACT Supreme Court in relation to Shane Drumgold, the former ACT prosecutor, who Walter Sofronoff absolutely trashed in his report. But as we know, Walter Sofronoff was protecting Bruce Lehrmann, and he conspired with the News Corp to do that, to leak against Shane Drumgold, who was a whistleblower. So Bruce Lehrmann being outed as an alleged former rapist potentially has an impact to some degree, at least evidence-wise, in those matters. But where it has a huge impact is the defamation cases against the ABC, Channel 10 and Lisa Wilkinson. The reason it's going to have a huge impact on the defamation case is because Channel 10 and Lisa Wilkinson are running their truth defence. They're going to try and prove on the balance of probabilities that Bruce Lehrmann did rape Brittany Higgins. Now, Bruce Lehrmann is facing 2 counts of rape, charges of 2 counts of rape in Toowoomba. He doesn't want a defamation case running at the same time where potentially they're going to find that on the balance of probabilities he did rape Brittany Higgins. Now, in cases where there's a civil matter and there's a criminal matter in relation to the same issue, the civil matter was always stayed until the criminal matter is dealt with. Well, it normally is. An example of that would be, say, someone works for a bank, they stole $1 million and bought a house. Well, they'd be charged with theft by the police and they'd face a criminal proceeding. But the bank could also sue them in a civil proceeding to get the money back, to sell a house to get their money back. But the civil case would have to be stayed until the criminal case is dealt with. Well, that's how it normally works. But in the defamation case, they're totally 2 separate issues. The defamation case, Bruce Lehrmann instituted those proceedings. So how's he going to argue that should be stayed while his alleged rape case, his case for alleged rape in Toowoomba is dealt with? Why should Lisa Wilkinson have to wait 6 months, 12 months, maybe potentially a couple of years with appeals and that? Why should she have to wait a couple of years or longer to have the defamation case dealt with? Well, she shouldn't. So I suspect Bruce Lehrmann is going to be under huge pressure to drop that defamation case, because he doesn't want to run them both at the same time, because the defamation case is in effect a rape trial. They're running the truth defence. Channel 10, Lisa Wilkinson, they're running a truth defence. So, and if they're both cases are running at the same time, the defamation case could hand down a judgment before the rape trial in Toowoomba, and it could find on the balance of probabilities he did rape Brittany Higgins, and that potentially has an influence on the jury in Toowoomba. Although I assume it's going to be heard in Toowoomba, it could be heard in Brisbane, who knows? I think if Bruce Lehrmann is smart, he'll just cut and run and fold in the defamation case, but he's obviously got people financing him, and they might have a say in it as well, especially if it's Kerry Stokes and Channel 7, because Kerry Stokes likes to run the trial. We know that from the Ben Roberts-Smith matter, and I know that from personal experience with the slap lawsuits Kerry Stokes ran against me, using Channel 7's money to help finance it, like he did with the Ben Roberts-Smith matter. Now, Bruce Lerman being named as an alleged Toowoomba rapist is hot off the press. It only happened yesterday, so I thought I'd get this video out. I'll probably do a couple more videos over the next couple of weeks, maybe an article, set out some of the facts. The old media aren't reporting everything like they never do. The Kangaroo Court of Australia's independent media. I publish a website and a YouTube channel, and I'm 100% crowdfunded from viewers like yourself. So please support my Patreon account. Currently have 351 patrons donating $2,253 a month. And I really need to double it to become financially viable. And you can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, whatever suits your budget. It all helps out. And the link for the Patreon account is below this video on YouTube and also on my website. Other than that, thank you for your time and have a good day.